Hi everyone, and welcome back to Choose Chat. My name is Laura Pedersen.
And I'm Jill Miller, and welcome.
Yes, we're excited to have you guys joining us as we continue our weekly series on Choose Chat. And today we want to talk about being intentional.
Right, and we're talking about Choose Chat as we're talking about the choices we make that can transform our life. And I love being intentional. That is, for both coaches, that's something we coach on so much, how you have to be intentional. And I know you have a great story you want to share.
Yes, thanks. I think of the Bible verse where God tells us to love the Lord your God with all of your heart, with all of your mind, and with all of your strength.
Right.
And that comes to me because I think that we're here to make godly choices. And sometimes our choices are more earthly choices.
Yes, they are.
Than
Way
they are
too often.
godly choices.
Way
Yes,
too often.
yes.
Yeah.
And so it really takes us being intentional. Because
does.
if we're not, we can just get sucked right into what this earth wants from us instead of God.
Because a lot of times they're not bad things that we're saying yes to, necessarily.
Right.
They're maybe just not the best thing for us and what God is asking us to do in our lives. I know, and when we set that intention, things happen. Things just naturally happen. Like I know the way Laura and I met was kind of by me setting an intention that I intentionally prayed for good godly women that I could do ministry with, that I could do life with, that would share my goals, my aspirations, and all that. And we told you last week about how Laura and I met, and I stole her husband's bag and all that. But God, it really led to this friendship, and I believe it started because I was intentional about praying for that, about looking for that, and when we set our intention, it happened. Things
God
happen.
opens doors,
He
doesn't
does. He opens doors.
And they're not coincidental.
They're not. Like it was not a coincidence that we met within months of me really praying that prayer specifically.
Right.
And like asking God, I am tired of doing ministry alone. I'm dying here by myself. Please send me someone. And
yay, it was me.
Yay, it was awesome.
And I know that when I was walking the journey to get the Choose Joy, Finding Hope and Purpose When Life Hurts, that book published, I had to be so intentional because I could have easily said, I have no idea how to even begin this process. How do you get into the publishing industry? I was not a writer or had no intentions that would be my path until it laid right there in front of me. And I had to intentionally say, yes, God, and that whole process wasn't even overwhelming to me.
Right. Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
Like God, they always say if God brings you to it, He'll get you through it.
Yep.
And it's even things like that that are just scary, but like you knew, your intention was, we're going to get Sarah's story out to the world in a new way. And then God just makes a way for that to happen.
Right.
I love it.
It is, because it's Sarah's story, but it's God's word.
It's God's word.
And He will bring it to those that need it. And so I think it's praying intentionally and also accepting.
Right. And then just being aware of those little choices we make that, like, if I'm going to be intentional about wanting something different in my life, I'm going to have to think about that and be asking God every step of the way, is this in your will? I love someone said to me, just because we can doesn't mean we should.
That's right.
And we got to be asking those questions with God, like, is this the right path that you want us on?
Yes.
So we want to encourage you. A choice you make is to choose to be intentional. And we hope that you'll think about doing that with your life so you can make good, godly choices.
So be intentional in all things.
Right. And join us next week on our Choose Chat.